Good evening, you're watching ITV1 on Good Friday. A roundup of the latest news now with Katie Derham.
The desperate search for loved ones missing under Saddam. Nearly 30 injured after cross-channel ferry crashes into harbour wall.
All navigation, wind and weather factors will be taken into account.
And quarantines for children in isolation because of SARS.
The ITV Weekend News with Katie Derham.
Good evening. The personal and private desperation of thousands of ordinary Iraqi people was laid bare for the first time today amid extraordinary scenes in Baghdad. They began clawing their way into a series of narrow tunnels buried deep under the city. They hoped they'd found a secret underground prison and possibly, therefore, missing loved ones, many of whom vanished without trace under Saddam's evil regime. Tim Rogers witnessed today's frantic search.
It only takes a word, and in this chaotic city, this can be the end result. Thousands of people crowding into an underpass because someone believes they've heard voices from inside the walls. And with expectation building, we were cheered on to witness the event. These men are trying to force their way into a service duct, convinced they'll find missing prisoners inside. In Baghdad, most people believe there are underground prisons that have yet to be found. And the suggestion that one has been discovered can cause mass hysteria. There are people in there, they were shouting. Free them, get inside. They smashed and ripped their way in with their bare hands. ITV News cameraman Brad Vincent was lifted up by the crowd, so eager were they to share the moment. Pushing us up and on into the service shaft we went, our light shining ahead with the crowd behind us straining to see in the dark. And in another shaft, they called ahead. But the search was in vain. This time, the tunnels were empty. It's an indication of the desperation that many of these people feel that they've gone at this in such a frenzy. Rumours abound about underground prisons in this city, but so far none have been found. But these people are determined not to give up. Their search will go on, and so will their appeals for the world to help them uncover this country's dark secrets. Tim Rogers, ITV News, Baghdad.
Dead or alive? That's the question the American military are again trying to answer after new pictures of Saddam, or a double, were screened on Arab television today. They allegedly show him parading around Baghdad on the very day the city fell. Andrea Catherwood in Baghdad has also been examining them.
Saddam Hussein is surrounded by cheering crowds outside a Baghdad mosque just 9 days ago, the same day American forces entered the city. That's the claim from Abu Dhabi television, who say they were given this tape in Baghdad by a secret source. US officials in Washington are currently examining the tape. The man beside him, wearing the beige suit, is said to be his younger son, Usay. The crowd cheer, "With our blood and our souls, we redeem you, O Saddam." A few hours later, blood was spilt on this spot. The Americans met heavy resistance at the mosque. 1 Marine was killed, 20 injured. Today, inside the same mosque, at the first Friday prayers since the tanks rolled in, a Muslim cleric said the US had invaded to defend Israel. Afterwards, outside the mosque, an angry demonstration. Thousands denounced US occupation and demanded the withdrawal of American forces from Iraq. Abu Dhabi television also released what it claims was Saddam's last speech to the nation. On it, Saddam says he's confident of victory in the end. If that really was Saddam outside the mosque on the very day that American forces entered Baghdad, it would have given him less time and opportunity to escape Iraq, and adds weight to the tantalizing prospect that he could still be hiding somewhere in this city. Andrea Catherwood, ITV News, Baghdad.
American officials say the Kurds have handed over one of the 55 most wanted Iraqi leaders. He's Samir Abul Aziz al-Najim, a Ba'ath Party regional commander for East Baghdad, listed as number 24 on the American most wanted list. So far, he's the fourth person on that list of 55 to be captured. Nearly 30 people were injured this evening when a cross-channel ferry collided with a harbour wall in Dover. It's still not clear why the P&O vessel, Pride of Provence, crashed. It's now heading back to France for repairs. All the injured passengers and crew are due to be discharged from hospital tonight. John Draper reports.
The Pride of Provence managed to reach its berth in Dover and allow passengers off, despite colliding with the harbour wall on its way in. The ferry was just returning from France when the stern crashed into the sea break. This was the 28,000-ton ferry pictured some time ago at Dover. The impact left some passengers with whiplash, one with a broken nose and another with fractured ribs. 9 crew and passengers were taken to hospital but later released.
They were all very minor things, a couple of neck injuries, neck pain and limb problems. We also had a lady that was about 21 weeks pregnant. She was actually seen up in the maternity area, and everything was checked for her and no problems at all with the baby.
Tonight the ferry was seaworthy enough to sail for France for repairs ahead of an inquiry.
All navigation, wind and weather factors will be taken into account in the investigation, but the ship is equipped with a black box voyage event data recorder, and hopefully we'll be able to establish